All right, let's jump right into a topic that honestly feels less like a 70-year-old novel and more like something ripped from today's headlines. We're talking about the chillingly accurate technology of control in George Orwell's 1984.
Just 5 words, right? But think about it. This one line, from way back in 1949, somehow perfectly nails this deep-seated fear we all have in our digital age. And honestly, that warning has only gotten louder.
So you gotta wonder, how did Orwell see all this coming? How did he predict our modern worries about surveillance so accurately? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna do in this explainer. We'll break down the tech he dreamed up and see how it's basically a warning label for the world we're living in right now.
Okay, first things first, let's set the scene. The world of 1984 is built on one single terrifying idea: total surveillance. I mean, there's no escape, absolutely no privacy, and zero freedom from the government's all-seeing eye.
And what's really chilling is the scope of it all. It's not just about tracking what you do or say. No, in Orwell's world, it's about monitoring your emotions, your thoughts, your very being. It is a complete invasion of the self.
So, the big question is, how did the party pull this off? Well, it wasn't magic, it was technology. Orwell imagined these very specific, very clever tools to enforce this terrifying new reality. And right at the center of it all is the telescreen. Okay, picture your TV. But instead of you just watching it, it's watching you back and listening all the time. And the kicker? You can't ever turn it off. This thing was the ultimate tool of control, right there in your living room.
And this is where the real psychological game comes in. It's not even about being watched all the time. It's the uncertainty. You have no idea when you're being watched, so you have to act like you're being watched every single second of every single day. That constant doubt, it just creates this nonstop fear, and it forces you to become your own thought police.
And the effect this has on people, it's huge. I mean, with absolutely no private space, you're living with this constant background fear. You start censoring yourself, what you do, what you say, and get this, even your facial expressions. Orwell called it face crime. Showing the wrong emotion could literally get you in trouble. This surveillance, it basically turns every single person into their own prison guard.
But the party's control didn't stop there. Oh no, it went way deeper than just watching people. It was about controlling reality itself. See, they figured out a fundamental truth. If you can control the past, you can absolutely control the future. And this is actually where the main character, Winston, works. At the end, you gotta love the irony here, the Ministry of Truth. His whole job is to rewrite history. He changes old newspapers, books, photos, anything needed to make sure the past always matches whatever the party says is true today. This quote just nails the whole idea. A palimpsest. It's basically an old scroll where the text has been scraped off so you can write something new. And for the party, that's exactly what history is. It's not set in stone. It's just a canvas that can be wiped clean and repainted over and over again whenever they need it to be. The truth? It's just whatever they say it is on any given day.
And as if controlling the past wasn't enough, they go after the future by controlling language itself. They create this thing called Newspeak. It's a brand new language, basically engineered to make bad thoughts impossible. I mean, how can you even think about rebellion if the word rebellion doesn't exist anymore? The logic is simple and terrifying. If you can't say it, you can't think it.
Okay, I know. This all probably sounds like some far-off, crazy science fiction, but this is the part where it all gets a little too real. This is where Orwell's vision connects directly to the world you and I are living in right now.
Just look at the parallels. They're impossible to ignore. Orwell's two-way telescreen? Well, we carry a version that's way more powerful in our pockets every single day. His hidden microphones? We literally invite them into our homes and call them digital assistants. And manipulating data to change how people think and act? That's not fiction anymore. That was the whole deal with scandals like Cambridge Analytica. Now, there is one huge difference, right? A lot of the time, we actually volunteer for this. We're the ones clicking I agree without reading, and we're the ones sharing our entire lives online. But here's the thing, just because we opt in doesn't make Orwell's core warning any less important. In fact, it might make it even more urgent. And all this leads us to the final, really critical question. The one Orwell leaves hanging in the air. It's a question that's jumped right off the pages of the book and into the very fabric of our daily lives. Let's be perfectly clear. The kind of technology needed for the total surveillance Orwell warned us about, It's not science fiction anymore. It's here. It exists today. The tools are already built, and they're all around us.
You know, the modern Big Brother isn't some scary face on a poster. It's a network. It's the camera in your phone, the one on your laptop, the one on the street corner. They're all connected, all gathering data, all recording. It's everywhere. So let's wrap up with this final thought. The big question today isn't if we'll have this kind of technology, because, well, we already do. The real question, the one that's going to define our future, is this. Who's in control? Are we going to control it, or is it going to control us?